What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ascalon, Mrs. Ascalon. Team Rixie is back. I know it's been a while, but we've been busy with the end of the school year. Mrs. Ascalon had her birthday the other day, so...
We are back with another Disney restaurant review. It's been a hot minute since we've had one, so we're going to dive right into it.
Let's go.
Today we are reviewing dun, 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 a character dining experience.
Yes.
It is storybook dining at Artist Point with Snow White. Yes, that's the entire name of the restaurant.
Oh, I didn't know the with Snow White part.
It is. That's the whole name.
Alright, so just like always, we're going to start off with the location of Storybook Dining. I'm not saying that whole name again. She already took care of that. But the location
I just call it Artist Point.
Yeah. Okay, Storybook Dining,
There you go.
Artist Point, whatever you want to call it.
With Snow White.
With Snow White. And so whether you call it Artist Point, Storybook Dining, it is located in Wilderness Lodge.
There are several ways to get to Wilderness Lodge. Of course, you can drive. You know, you probably need to have your Magic Band so you can tell them your reservation as you drive through. But if you are at Magic Kingdom, you can also take the bus to Wilderness Lodge, or a little more fun, you could take the boat. It's boat travelable.
Yeah, it's just like across the little lake there.
Yeah, it's very close to Magic Kingdom.
One thing I want to point out when you enter Wilderness Lodge, when you find the restaurant, make sure you go up the ramp to go into it. We ended up in the bar area next to it.
Speaking of ramps, you remember when that lady drove down the steps under the portico? Months ago? If you haven't heard of this, look it up. It was like on Twitter. This, you know, you can drive in like if you're checking in, but it's just like a portico, like an overhang.
Yeah.
You drive in and then you move on. Well, she turned and drove down the steps.
Yeah,
and
there's
got
stairs
stuck.
leading down to the parking lot. And
Don't
yeah.
do that. Anyway, so Wilderness Lodge, if you've never been there, is really, really beautiful. It is set up like the Northwest, like if you're in the state of Washington or Oregon. It's really pretty. The design of it is similar to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, if you've been there.
They look very similar.
It's by the same
in the
designer.
interior. Yeah.
But it's really beautiful. It's all like, you know, wood or like faux wood. It's supposed to look like you're out in the great outdoors with the big redwoods and things like that. So if you've never been there, it's a cool place to hang around.
All right, the next thing we want to talk about is the type of restaurant. So it's American with character dining, like we mentioned earlier. You told me when we were researching a little bit about the restaurant that Artist Point didn't used to have character dining.
It was called Artist Point, same location, but it wasn't character dining until December of 2018. So this is fairly new, it being Snow White.
Yeah. All right, the atmosphere of this restaurant is like really, really cool. It's an enchanted forest, and so you have these trees all around, and there's lights.
There's like branches and vines all in the ceiling,
Yeah.
and little twinkle lights all in them. It's really pretty.
So it's supposed to look like you're outside, like in the woods somewhere, which is very fitting since, you know, the characters there come from Snow White. So I thought that was really neat. Like, I felt like I was eating outside somewhere in the
Except
woods.
air conditioned.
Yeah, and a lot better than a picnic.
You don't like to eat outside.
I hate to eat outside. And so since it's character dining and it's Snow White, you can see 4 characters while you're there. Snow White, the evil queen, Dopey and Grumpy. And so when we went, they kind of came out in shifts. I don't know if that's changed now, that you can hug characters and stuff again.
When we went, it was prior to being able to hug and touch and, you know, get close to characters again. So they came out and, you know, would dance around and put on a little show for everybody.
Yeah, and they would still visit, you know, pretty much every table. But when if you wanted to take a picture with them, they were socially distant. So you kind of had to stand in front of them, and they stood behind you a little ways, and then you can get your picture. So Snow White came out by herself usually. I think she came out once with Dopey and Grumpy too.
She would come out by herself, but then later the dwarves would come out, and then she would come out with them during the silly song.
Yeah. and then the evil queen comes out by herself. So I thought that was really cool. And the evil queen was awesome. Like, she really, like, all the other ones did a really good job. You know, of course, Dopey and Grumpy, they're inside a costume, so you can't really see their faces. But I think they still portrayed the characters really well.
Oh, yeah. The evil queen, I told her, you look fabulous. And she goes, I know.
The queen.
And
yes, girl.
When they come out, the characters stay for a hot minute. Like, they stay for a while.
They do. It's not just a little bit, and they try to go around and visit every kind of area and corner of the restaurant. And when we were in there, I think the rotation looped at least twice when we were in there. So we saw the characters several times. Yeah. Which was, to me, that's part of why you're paying a little extra for this restaurant, is for the characters. And unlike Be Our Guest, which has kind of suffered lately because of COVID, you see plenty of the characters. Whereas in Be Our Guest, you don't see the beast that much.
No.
So...
And it was just so interactive, and like the music changes when the characters come out. Yeah. Like, I think the doors come out to Hi Ho. They performed a silly song with Snow White, and you can clap and, you know, sing along with them. And, you know, it's just a really fun, cartoonish atmosphere.
The servers, you know, they clap and try and get the rest of the people in the restaurant to get into it. And it's really fun. All
right, so of course we're getting closer to the good stuff, which is the food. But let's go ahead and talk about the price first before we talk about the food. So if you look on the website, it has $4 signs, which, I mean, I think can be pretty pricey.
That's pricey.
It's $60 per adult and $39 per child. But the reason why it's that way is because it's a prefix menu.
And because it's character.
Yeah, and because it's character dining. And so if you don't know what a prefix menu is, I'm going to let Mrs. Ascalon explain that to you.
A prefix menu is when you pay one price and you get several courses with your dinner. So the way Storybook Dining has it, you pay the $60. Your entire table gets an appetizer menu. It's got 3 different things on it.
And you get all 3 things.
Yeah, and so you sort of share. And then you get to choose your entree from a menu. And then the dessert is like the appetizers. They bring out, you know, 4 different things for you to share.
Yeah.
So prefix, you know, it's kind of like, okay, your menu is set. Except for in this instance, you get to choose your entree.
Yeah, you do get to choose your entree.
Of course,
and your beverages.
Alcoholic beverages are extra, of course.
Yeah, so and Disney has several prefix, you know, restaurants. So if you see that when you're booking for a restaurant, that's what a prefix menu is.
And sometimes they do that with character dining because they don't want people making reservations where they had this issue with Be Our Guest. People would make a reservation, go in, purchase a cupcake or a cup of coffee just they could
see the characters.
Yes, and then people who really wanted to go in and spend money and get dinner didn't have that option.
Okay.
So they started doing the prefix menu, so you kind of had to go in and sit down and spend money, which makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, it really does.
That's a pretty good idea to transform it in that way. So
some of the other restaurants at Disney will do prefix from time to time, just I think to change it up. For example, we went to Le Cellier in Canada and Epcot one time, and at the time during lunch they had a prefix menu. Yeah. They've also had prefix menus at Chef de France as well as some other places. So it just kind of depends. You need to check the app and the menus before you go to see if that's what is, you know, what you need to plan for.
Yeah, and even though it's $60 for adults, I feel like it was really worth it. I mean, you're guaranteed a 3-course meal, you know, with that, and so I think it was worth it. And then just the character experience too. Totally. There. It was so much fun. And we haven't done a whole lot of character dining restaurants, so we would love to definitely do more in the future. But this one was like really awesome. Like, I think it has set the bar. So in the future, whenever I do character dining, you know, if that bar, if it doesn't reach that level, then it probably won't be as fun of an experience for me. So, all right, let's talk about food.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what we ate for our. So we told you earlier with the prefix menu, you start off with shared appetizers, and so there were 3 things that they brought out for us: wild mushroom bisque, Hunter's Pie, and Wicked Shrimp Cocktail. No matter how many people you have in your party, they bring out enough, you know, for everybody that's in your party.
So for us, they just brought out one of each because there were two helpings,
little helpings, yeah,
on each one. If you had a larger party, they bring out more.
Which one did you enjoy the most out of that appetizer?
I liked all of them.
I mean, they all were good, yes.
I liked the mushroom bisque a lot.
Yeah, the bisque was surprisingly good to me.
Yeah, you were kind of like, huh.
Because I'm not a huge mushroom person. But that bisque was really like, I don't know, it was just really good.
The shrimp cocktail was to be expected. It was fine. The Hunter's Pie was kind of like a little mini quiche or tart shell.
Yeah. And
it had kind of like a meat filling in it. It was good.
Yeah.
But that mushroom bisque was that was
definitely the standout.
And for you to like the soup the best, that means it was good. Because he's not a big soup person or a big mushroom person.
No. So that was the appetizer. And then, like we said earlier, you get to choose your entree. And they have a variety of different things that they offer. So for me, though, I got the Magic Mirror Slow Braised Pork Shank. And that comes with horseradish mashed potatoes and wilted greens with jus. So that was really good. It reminded me of the veal tomahawk at Topolino's Terrace. Like, it just fall off the bone. It was so good. Man, I want that now. It's making me hungry. They have really awesome cocktails there.
Themed cocktails.
Yeah, so they fit the theme of the restaurant. And so I think I had a grapefruit beer at first because I was kind of torn between what I wanted. And then I tried a drink called the Smoking Mirror. And so it's Johnny Walker Black with wild berry, lime, and rosemary smoke.
The presentation is everything.
Yeah.
You're getting poisoned, Raymond. Okay, the entree that I chose was a little out of the ordinary for me. I don't typically go vegetarian, but I wanted to try. We've eaten at Topolino's Terrace a couple times, and they have great gnocchi. And I was like, I want to try the gnocchi here. It's probably not as good, but I want to try it. And it's a vegetarian dish. So what I got was, it's called a Stroll Through Nature, and it's a gnocchi with a cream sauce, and it has asparagus, leeks, arugula, sage, and parmesan. And
it had a good bit of parmesan on there, if I remember correctly.
It had tomatoes on there too. That's not mentioned, but it did. I mean, it was chock full of veggies. Yeah. So if you're wanting something where you're like, I've been eating trash all week and I really want something with some vegetables in it, it's very good. I will say the gnocchi is not as good as Topolino's, but I mean, like, that's a really high standard there. Plus, it has dough confit in it. So
well, you have that other stuff, you know, kind of with it to kind of help.
If you are interested in a vegetarian choice that's also like really filling, it's very good. It's a creamy pasta with tons of veggies in it. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
And then what was the drink that you had?
The drink that I had was called Evil to the Core. It had tequila, blackberry brandy, habanero, and orange juice. And it was real colorful and kind of had a little bit of spice to it from the habanero. It was really good.
And so that's what we had, but they have other things that you can choose from for your entree. Like they have beef stroganoff.
Which looked really good. It has spätzle in it.
Yeah, herb chicken, prime rib roast. They have fish. So they have a variety of things that they offer for the entree. And then I think the kids menu is different too. They have different things.
They even have
kids.
Different appetizers and stuff. I think they have like a little thing that's supposed to look like a mason. It's a mason jar and it has like crudité in it for like kids, like they're going and picking the vegetables out the garden. It's called like the garden or something like that. It's cute.
Yeah, so if you have kids, like they have their own little prefix menu and they have neat little activities, you know, involving the food when they bring it out.
Really cute restaurant.
Yes, it is. All right, and then of course, after you finish your entree, they bring out the shared desserts that we mentioned earlier, and so you get 4 different desserts.
Little small desserts.
And they were all, if I remember correctly, pretty good as well. You have Miner's Treasures, which is cookies and cream, panna cotta, and chocolate gems. And then there's a fairy tale gooseberry tart. And so it has meringue and gooseberry.
Which is like a fruit tart, you know, like you would have an apple tart, but it has gooseberry, so it was a little sour. It was good.
Poison apple.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, which was dark chocolate apple mousse and sour center.
And it looks like this little tiny red apple, and it's shiny, and you cut into it, and it's just like,
Yeah,
So good.
that's really cool. Again, everything is just so well themed here, like even down to the foods. And then the last one is the hunter's gift to the queen.
They bring it out separately from the other desserts, and it's this little wooden box. And they bring it out, and they open it up, and all this smoke comes out of it. You know, like he's supposed to have given her. She asked him to give her Snow White's heart. He couldn't do it, so he brings a pig's heart. Yeah. So they bring this out to you. They open it up. The smoke comes out, and there's these little like heart chocolates inside. It's precious.
Yeah, it's really cool. So again, all the desserts were really good. I can't remember which one was my favorite.
I liked them all, but I liked the little poison apple the best.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
I can't remember which one was my favorite, but they were all good. So they're all good, then it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that brings us now to service, because we've been dying to talk about our waitress this entire video, but we were trying to save it to this point. So our waitress name was Katie. She was awesome. She was very knowledgeable about everything on the menu, and she was very friendly. And we have a fun fact about her in a little bit.
She had been there for a while.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. I mean, you know, we had questions about certain things on the menu, and I mean, she was able to answer them very detailed, you know. So that was really cool. She did a phenomenal job. And then they're not waitresses, but they had other cast members there that were helping out with the pictures and streamlining everything.
There were some character handlers in there. And so because it was, you know, socially distanced, instead of coming to your table, the characters kind of come through each section, and the handlers would come up and say, would you like to have your picture taken with so-and-so? This is where you'll stand, yada, yada, yada.
So they were there to organize
I did that once, but then after that I didn't want to get up anymore, so I just took pictures, you know. But I did get my picture taken with Snow White. So.
All right, so let's move on to history or fun facts. This is usually my favorite section because I do the research to try to find out some cool things about the restaurant. And so the first thing is our waitress, Katie, she used to bartend, and she helped develop some of the cocktails that were on the menu, some of those themed cocktails. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
She was like, oh yeah, I helped develop this one and this one.
Yeah, we can't remember exactly which ones.
I'm pretty sure she said the smoking mirror.
Okay.
And I think maybe both of the ones we got.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter, but she helped do that, so I thought that was cool.
That's really cool.
She's part of the menu that is served.
Yeah.
I think that's neat.
So you can definitely tell, you know, she's been there for a very long time. Another fun fact that I discovered, what Mrs. Ascalon had to eat, the Stroll Through Nature, it is featured in Delicious Disney, Walt Disney World Recipes and Stories from the Most Magical Place on Earth cookbook. And you can actually pick up that cookbook online, like on Amazon, for about $30.
That title is longer than the restaurant title.
Yeah, so you can call that one whatever you want to.
Okay, give me a second. A Stroll Through Nature, featured in Delicious Disney, Walt Disney World, Recipes and Stories for the Most Magical Place on Earth, as found in Storybook Dining at Artist Point with Snow White.
Yeah, definitely try saying that 5 times.
Wow.
But anyways, I thought that was really cool. They actually have that on the menu, if you look at it. That is in that cookbook, so that's pretty cool. We need to check out that cookbook.
Yeah, I don't imagine it would be super hard to make the dish I had because it was pasta and there was no like protein in it. It was just vegetable, but it was really good.
And then the last fun fact about the restaurant is before you leave, they give you a little autograph print from the characters, so it has all the 4 character signatures on it.
Yeah,
so
it's
really
a
cool.
picture on one side, and on the back it has all their little signatures on it. So that's nice that you have a little keepsake at the end, especially if you brought kids with you. You know, it's something you can put in a scrapbook or something and say, hey, do you remember when we went this time? You know, these are the characters we saw. So it's cute.
So that's really cool. All right, so that brings us to our personal rating. So we always try to end the video with our rating. And so, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Oh man, I knew she was going to make me do this. I really wanted to hear how she would rate
All right, I can go first.
And we do it out of 10. You going to go first? All right.
Okay. If not for the characters, I would probably give it about an 8.
Okay.
The food's solid. The atmosphere's beautiful. But with the addition of the characters and how long they spent out in the dining room with everybody and the music and the interaction and things like that, I give it a 9.
Okay.
I thought that there's not a whole lot of character restaurants that have food that good And there's not a lot of restaurants that have character interaction that good.
good.
So, I don't know. You know, we haven't been to that many, so I can't really say that, but I can't imagine they'd be a whole lot better. It was really lovely. I would give it a 9.
All right. So I was going to say 9.5 for me.
Excuse me.
I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I would going into it that much.
I was more excited about it than he was.
I was just kind of like, she really wants to do this. You know, I know the food's going to be good because it's a Disney restaurant. All right, whatever. And it was just, it really surprised me. And like Mrs. Ascalon said, I would probably give it roughly around an 8 or 8.5 before. I mean, without the characters.
Without entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, this restaurant is just a really good option for, you know, families with kids or like us without kids. I mean, we enjoyed ourselves as 2 adults going there. And I know kids, you know, will have a wonderful experience.
The songs, too, with the cast members, you know, encouraging everyone to clap and sing along. That's fun. It's interactive. One other good thing that we didn't mention before, we were seated pretty close to the door where all the characters were coming out at the beginning. So we got to see them enter and we got to see them depart. And of course, like with the Evil Queen, she was just so dramatic. And so it was just fun to be that close to, you know, the entrance and the exit.
Just make sure, you know, if you want to eat here, you get those reservations early.
Absolutely.
Because I think the seating, I was looking at a blog post from yesterday, the seating is still limited in there. They're not filling up all the tables.
And as always, try and get those advanced dining reservations 60 days out. Because they go pretty quickly, especially the character ones.
Yeah. All right, I think that wraps up our review. Another Disney restaurant review.
Storybook dining at Artist Point with Snow White.
So, yeah, sorry it's been a while on the reviews, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button. We would greatly appreciate that. Leave us a comment if you've ever eaten there before. Let us know what you thought about it. Subscribe to our channel if you're new around here. Check out some of our other content. We do Disney World videos, like this one. And we also do taste test videos. So check out our content. Hit that subscribe button. We have an Instagram page, Team_Rixie, where we post pictures from all of our Disney World and Universal Studios trips that we take.
Which we have a Universal
trip coming up. We're going towards the end of July. So in about a couple of months from now.
Hot as the pits of Hades. But we're going.
But it's going to be fun. We haven't gone to Universal in a while.
Yeah.
And so it'll be good to go back. We don't currently have a Disney trip in the works yet. But definitely we'll probably get back there eventually. All right. You guys take care. We'll see you in another video. Peace.
Bye.